Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I have another pre-recorded flip through again. Did I do a walkthrough? No, I haven't done these in so long, and I've done quite a few of them, and my collection's so intermixed now that I'm not sure what I've done a walkthrough of and what I have not done a walkthrough of. I know there's some decks for sure, but there's some decks I'm not sure. This is one of them, but if I did a walkthrough of it already, I probably haven't. No, I haven't. I haven't. So, anyways, this is another deck I'm unsure about the status of its availability. All I do know is that if it is available, it is probably super expensive. I know I paid a pretty penny for my copy. I did not get mine directly from Soma. So, if you guys don't know, this is the this is the Soma Tarot by Pamela Matthews, and it says here, project was commissioned and directed by Chairman of Soma Products Limited, Mike Booth. So they both worked here. I wonder if you get. I think this card here at the top one has the image. Yeah, there they are. There they are. Look at them. Yeah, that's who they are. We'll get to the cards in a little bit, but let's just clear some things up right now. Okay, I don't practice with Soma. I don't use that. I don't integrate that into my daily life. I don't study it. Some of my ideas on it kind of match up with what nobody here has mentioned in her channel before about talking about this deck. And this is actually I bought my copy from her. She was like, I'm getting rid of this one. I'm gonna send it off, and this is bothering me, and I'm gonna point that out right now. But what I'm playing with here, but she has I can't even talk right now. So she decided to get rid of her copy, and I'm like, oh, I see you're getting rid of your Soma. I'm gonna buy it off of you. And she's like, sure, awesome. Would you like the guidebook too? And I'm like, sure. All right. I paid what she paid for her copy of the Soma, and I can't remember how much it was, but it was really expensive. And this is actually the most expensive in print indie deck that I can think of at the moment. Okay, this is really, really expensive. And do you get your money's worth? I'm still trying to figure that out. All right, so yeah. So what I did get, I can't remember how much the guidebook costs. Oh my gosh, my brain is saying 50, close to that. All I know is that I was like, that is way too much for a guidebook like that, like a spiral bound, like flimsy little book like this. It's not really that much information, but I will say this. Now we're gonna get into the guidebook review here. All right, I did say, like, okay, I'll pay this much for the guidebook, and this is where I saved money on it. Essentially, I saved on shipping from New Zealand because nobody here is in New Zealand. So essentially, I saved. It kind of balanced out. I technically got free shipping from like asking like for a lower price on the guidebook here, but which nobody here was gracious enough to lower the price for the guidebook, because I'm like, girl, the deck I can kind of see because it is a lot of cards. It's like over 100 cards, and I don't think the guidebook goes into all the cards. I want to say it does. Yeah, it does. It does. Here we go. Yeah, 114 cards, and so yeah. But I will say this, okay? I do like a few things about the guidebook. So I'm all over the place. First of all, spiral bound, like I said, flimsy, flip through, like, not much to rave about. Like, I feel like, might as well have made it a PDF. I think you can actually get it as a PDF. I could be wrong. I haven't checked the website in a while. So yeah, it is written by Pamela Matthews, which I do like that the artist herself wrote on it. But I think it was like under the instruction of, what was the name again? Mike Booth. Yeah. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure the whole thing, but again, they worked together on it. So, yeah, it's a pretty good guidebook. I will say that if you've seen through like my various like that quick little thumb flip through right there that I was doing, showing you how flimsy the book is. Well, it's not that flimsy. Okay, I don't want to talk shit about it, but I'm just trying to be real here. I'm trying to be real here. So what I do like about the book is that it shows a symbolic breakdown of the symbols here in each of the cards that you see. It shows a Kabbalistic little diagram, like it shows you clearly where it is. Spiral Tarot kind of does this with its majors, which actually the artwork does kind of remind me a little bit of the Spiral Tarot, but it has a Tree of Life and it's supposed to highlight the paths and all that, and it's really hard to see sometimes, and so it just looks like a random Tree of Life there. But the Spiral Tarot Tree of Life is supposed to be doing like this, you know, showing like, oh, this is the Magician's path, this is the Fool's path, so on and so forth. So yeah, shows like a small paragraph of about the card and all that. It shows suggested meanings, but again, what I really like is the symbols here, the symbol breakdown here, you know. So yeah. And it does that through each and every single card. And at the very back of the deck, it has, I think it has a few spreads. Let me see, 3 cards, Celtic Cross. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't recommend this book for this deck for beginners. It's very out there. I'd say very different, but yeah, it is very different. And if you are a like full-on beginner and don't know like nothing about tarot, yeah, I wouldn't recommend this as a starting point. And like the Celtic Cross here, 10 cards, very useful and popular spread as illustrated in the booklet that comes with the Soma cards. What's good, Annika? I'm just kidding. No. I'm just kidding. Honestly, with that right there is a little bit of a, like, really? You're gonna force someone, you know, why don't you just throw it into the guidebook already? You have so much in there, just add an extra page, honey. You can add an extra page, you know? But I do like this spread here, the High Priestess spread, very interesting. Okay. It shows charts and all that. And so, yeah, I think it's very interesting. This is something that, you know, the lotus blooming, that's something I never really thought of, like applying to the 4 elements, the 4 realms or whatever. Into tarot, but here in the back there's a glossary and index of symbols, basically in the dictionary of symbols used in the Soma tarot. So, and I do like that. That's really nice. If you don't want to be like flipping through back and forth between cards and you're like, okay, I just need to know what the symbol is, you can just quickly jump to the back and go through there. So yeah, let's see, what else can I say? So, you know, guidebook, it's a standard guidebook. I think it covers the bases and it does a good job information wise, you know. I haven't really read through most of it. I've only like glanced at a card or two, so I need to do like a proper full like read through of it, and then I can like talk about it fully. So yeah. All right. So next up we have the deck now, finally. All right. So this is the meat of it, okay? This is where everything happens. So there's quite a few different versions of it from what I know of from it. I think I could be wrong, but it is a really pretty pricey deck. I think it's like around $90 or something like that. I can't quite remember. So yeah, it comes in a sturdy box. I do like this box, but it's not quite secure. Like if you try to pick it up, like say it's laying down there, okay, let me pick up my Soma box. You go to pick it up, that lid's gonna fall. Like, I'm just like, you know, you gotta really like grip that lid really tightly to pick up the box. So you might as well just pick it up with both hands, make sure you're grabbing it from the bottom and all that. So the lid is very flimsy. I'm not sure if that's how I can't remember. I have to check back with Nobody Here's version, see if the lid was snug enough to fit there. But I will say that some decks, they will make some of the boxes like super snug. I'm looking at you, Sasurai Bito. Wait, Sasurai Bito? Sasurai Bito? The saucy burrito. That one was like a ridiculously impossible to open, but once I got it open, it loosened up. So I'm not sure if this is like a really loose one. I'm not sure, but anyway, let's pull out the cards. here are the backs. Well, one of the backs. There are like multiple versions. So these are like extra cards that didn't come with the Aura Soma logo. And so I think these were made after the completion of this version, and so these were just added on, but I think they didn't add on this logo for some reason, which the OCD in me, it bothers me. So yeah, it is a lot of cards. It's 114 cards, as I said before. It comes with 2 sets of majors. One is the outward majors, which are like pretty much your traditional standard normal cards, though it could take a different turn. Well, again, it's that could be a whole video in and of itself. What I was going to go into right now, on the Fool and the 22nd card in the Fool. But then it comes with let me see, over here somewhere. No, right here we are. Okay, we're on to the 77, 78, 79. Here we go, and then it goes into the return cards here. And then it also comes with around, where are you? Wait, what is it? That's the universe, 101 to 115. So like around 14 extra, 13, 14 angel cards here, or archangel cards, which we'll talk about in a little bit right now. So yeah, let's stack that up. We're going to go through 0 to 114, as right? 115. So yeah, what's numbers? We're going to go straight through to that. Hopefully I can record that much. I'm sure I'll be fine. But anyways, box, it's okay, but it's okay. It's a really nice sturdy box. Okay, cards, calm down. You know, but I do say, I'm not sure if you can, there it is. Okay, you can see that bubble there? I'm not sure if that's from me. I'm pretty sure that's me. I'm pretty sure it happened over time in my possession. I'm not sure. Yeah. But that right there. Nothing, you know, horribly bad, but it's bothering me. But I'm sure other people will be like, it's whatever. So, yeah. Anyways, nice box. I'm going to say box 10 out of 10. Moving on, though. Besides that bubble there, I'm sure the box is really nice in other versions. So, there is another version of this deck that comes with the bottle backs. And again, I don't work with the Aura Soma stuff, and I feel like it's kind of not necessary. I mean, if you've seen, from what I've seen, I need to double check and look at the walkthroughs again of a few other people that have the bottle backs, and to see, because essentially what they are, like, there's two halves to the Aura Soma, you know, bottles, where the top part has a certain color, and then the second half, the bottom half, has a different color. And I want to say the colors match up like this. I want to say, I could be wrong, or just in general, the colors, both colors should be in there. But again, moving on, I'm talking about stuff that I do not even know. Okay, so let's talk about cardstock. Let's talk about the production aspect of this deck. Okay, so as you can see already, the cards' corners are miscut. So I have to go through and get a corner rounder and cut them at the roundest that they can go. There's some that I've already cut through, but I need to just sit down, probably after this video, sit down and just go through and just get my corner rounder, and maybe this deck will be my corner rounder swan song, and I'll have to order a new corner rounder, because yeah, it's nothing too bad. But again, and also another thing, it's not just the corners that are miscut. I'm not sure if you can see this right there. Let me get right there. You can see that they're not evenly cut, and I have it stacked up pretty well. Like this side, oh, that's interesting. I've never seen that before. That's an interesting thing. Do you see that? It's like a watermark. What is that? What is that? I'm not sure what that is. I've never seen that before in a deck, but this is purely like I've laid it flat right there, and so the cards are unevenly cut. This isn't the first deck that I've had that came with some uneven cut cards. The Il Meneghello decks come unevenly cut, and my Jonasa house. I need to say the J with a I forget. The Jonasa house tarot came with one card that was miscut, and it actually still is a little bit miscut. when I shuffle it, I can see it. I think it was the strength card, and I had to cut it. So that was a little bit of a disappointment. I may... Oh no, I'm not sure if I can anymore because it is out of print now, officially. But anyways, aside from that... but again, this is one of the problems here. Okay, you're charging $90 for this deck. The box, okay, yeah, I'm expecting that quality. That better come with a $90 deck. Cardstock is nice and thick. Really nice cardstock, I will say. Yeah, thumbs up on that. Okay, but the cutting, just no. I can't, you know. If you overhand shuffle, you know, this will be a good, you know, but again, this is a really big deck, and look at that. I have again, as I've mentioned with the what's it called? The Luminous Void Tarot in my last walkthrough, you know, I have pretty big hands, but this is a really, really big, thick deck. So there are cards that I'm going to take out, like obviously the extra majors. When using this deck, I'm definitely going to take out those extra cards. I've debated, like, should I leave the Archangel cards in there? Should I? Shouldn't I? I'm going to leave them out. I think there's enough in this deck that doesn't need them, and I think I could use the majors and the Archangels as maybe a separate deck to use in tangent with it as two separate decks working together as a system in of itself. Does that make sense? But yeah, maybe I could use it as a majors on majors thing, like what Veronica Jude does with her, you know, majors. So yeah, but anyways, again, that's me rambling right there. But point is, cutting or a Soma, get a new printer, something, you know, something that's gonna help with your cutting, because this is a big no-no. Okay, now I will say Il Meneghello, yeah, they do that too. They do uneven cuts, but it's for the historical reproduction, and it's supposed to look like that, and that's their intention of it. It's to fit with the theme. Okay. And even then, their decks aren't as bad. And this deck isn't that bad, you know? I can still shuffle it, kind of. But it's still a chunky shuffle, so yeah. We'll see. We'll see how I'll... With just the 78 cards, you know, I'll see how I can work with that. So yeah, here we have the first card. Actually, let me pause and I will zoom in closer because I feel like I'm a little bit too far to get a good view of this card, so yeah. Alright, okay, that should be better. Yeah, that's way better. Alright, so here we have the Fool, you know, traditional Fool, nothing much, you know, falling down into the abyss, unawares, full of wonder, awe. There's a little light at his core. Interesting. So yeah, there we go. Here we have the Magician, which we've seen is on the cover of the guidebook. Let me move that out of the way, actually. We have the pyramids in the back. This as I mentioned before, this deck is very, very, very new agey to me. This is like the most new age deck that I have. The other ones that I can think of is probably like the Inner Hue Tarot, the Lumina Tarot. What's another one? I'm not sure. I can't think of one to mind, and I rarely go for these. They're very much like, you know, those Blue Angel, you know, very light, you know, type of decks, you know, but I hesitate to say like light and fluffy, and because you know, it's not. This is definitely not a hug deck. This is definitely, like, flipping through the cards, you'll see that it's quite neutral. So yeah, here we have the High Priestess, and we have the Empress. I do like this Empress, I will say that. Is this supposed to be Atlantis? Let me check the guidebook. Let's actually read from the guidebook and see what it says about the Empress. All right. Let's see. Let's see. The Empress, outward journey. Blue and green, the heart bottle, or blue/green, the heart bottle. Okay. A beautiful, fertile woman lies in a field of wildflowers, holding a sheaf of wheat. The harvest is abundant, and she is pregnant. Yeah, okay. Crowned with emeralds and haloed with stars. Symphony of the spheres. She holds a lotus-shaped scepter. Her shield depicts a dove, and she wears an ankh around her neck. The city behind her is Atlantis. Ah, there we go. I knew it. This is also known as the Atlantean bottle. The full moon shines over a hillside, silhouetting a profile silhouetting a profile created in the landscape. Wait, is it? Wait, what? Hold on, what? What the hell did I just read? The full moon shines over a hillside, silhouetting a profile created in the landscape. Oh, okay, there we go. There's the profile right there. Is that Mother Earth, probably? Gaia? At a glance, she resembles a mermaid of earth and water. Oh, I like that. In the grass, a sparrow pecks at the grain. She is a provider of food, care, and nurturing. Suggested meanings: love, beauty, and growth, manifestation, creativity and abundance, domestic ability and motherhood, inspiration of nature, sensual pleasures. Okay, so here we have, of course, the city, and then it breaks down the symbols here. We have Atlantis in the background, ancient high civilization, later destroyed. Spheres of symphony, mystical arrangement of the universe and the zodiac. That's this halo going around her. The dove, peace and Holy Spirit. This is on the shield. The sparrow is sacred to the Earth Mother. That's a sparrow right here. You can, yeah. So yeah. Then we have landscape goddess Gaia, passive creativity. Okay, I guess that's such. Wheat, staple food source. Yes. Crown indicates royal status. Yeah. Okay. Scepter, a symbol of power. Then we have the Ankh, Venus glyph. Yeah, I've read of that before, being the Ankh being associated with also like interchanged and a reference to the glyph of Venus. Anyways, Egyptian key of eternal life. So yeah, pretty much covers everything. Yeah, pretty good little guidebook. It's not too much. Here we go. Also with the Kabbalah path between Binah and Hokmah. And then it also shows a little depiction of the Empress, the return journey, pink and pink. So yeah, let me see. Does it show? I don't think it does talk about the return journey, does it? Let me see. I think it does. Yeah, it does. Yeah, they do. Yeah, here we go. And then it shows also, then it talks about the return journey, as I would hope so, seeing as to how much this book costs. I would hope that it covered all the cards that comes with this deck. Alright, so moving on. Wow, I'm already at 22. I'm already at 22 minutes here. Here we have the Emperor. I like the Emperor, of course. I always love an Emperor. Interesting how we have a lamp there. I'd like to read that. Now I'm interested in this deck suddenly. I love the sunset here with this Hierophant. Simple Hierophant. I love the tree. It's much more... I'd put it much more in line with the Hierophant, like in the Terror of the Spirit, very much more welcoming and much more like a teacher rather than an enforcer and a tradition, cold and distant a little bit. He seems much more welcoming, Here we have the Lovers. Okay, yeah. It's reminding me a lot. This deck draws in a lot of... It definitely does a good job of blending the Thoth with the Rider-Waite-Smith or the Golden Dawn. It's Golden Dawn based, I would say, because the Thoth kind of branched out from Golden Dawn, so it's kind of related to it. So yeah, here we have the Chariot. Okay, I do like a mobile chariot. Let's see, here we have Justice. I do like how she's not blindfolded entirely, but she can still see, so it's like, yeah. Anyways, but blindfolded Justice, there's a lot going on in there. Here we have the Hermit. Okay, I do like that. I do like how his cloak is kind of covering a little bit of the lamp or the lantern. So yeah, you can see the profile again. I do like how there's all these little... I do like how there's hidden things in there, so... Yeah, here we have the Wheel of Fortune. Is that supposed to be a boat? I think that's supposed to be a boat. Something that I've been noticing quite a bit. Or is it like an entrance to the underground or something like that, to the underworld? Or of something like that. Let me see. Let me check. Real quick. In the guidebook. Let's see. Ah, it is a boat. Haha. Vessel floating on the sea of illusion. Yep. I guess as such. Here we have Strength, the outward strength. Okay, yeah, traditional, nothing much. I do like how she actually seems to be emerging from the lion. Again, bringing in like how the strength or lust card in the Thoth system, how the woman riding the beast is kind of like a part of the beast as well. Because, that strength is a part of you, Here we have the Hanged Man. Look at how he's dropping his coins. There's a snake right there. We have the element of water here. Yeah, okay. Here we have death, outward. I think that's supposed to be the green woman. Again, you always see these weird faces here. The artwork is really nice. I like it. But I will say it is very soft. It is very, you know, like I said, new agey. You know, here we have temperance. I do like this devil. It's almost like this overbearing light, you know, whiteness, like almost like an overbearing, you know, spoiling mother almost for some reason, like an over sweetness, you know, or like an extreme of something over, like, it's a very interesting devil. I could go on about that. Here we have the tower. Yeah, okay. Very interesting how the lightning is not like kind of like it's not striking the tower. It's like the tower is erupting from the inside, and the lightning is actually striking into the hearts and the minds of these people. Here we have the star. Yeah, we see the bird there. We see a crystal, you know. Is that supposed to be a river with the pool? Huh, interesting. Here we have the moon. Okay. Here we have the sun. I want to say that he's... Wait, is this supposed to be... I want to say this is supposed to be like... this is supposed to be Artemis and Apollo. I think. I could be wrong. I might as well check the guidebook, but we got cards to look at. Judgment, outward, of course. Very white, you know, ascension, you know, we get it. It's a judgment card. Here we have the universe. Okay. You know, nothing that's really, you know, the majors are the majors. Okay, so here we have the full return, and it's, you know, through the first, you know, major arcana, and I think it's the Fool now starting on the journey of the minor arcana. You know, again, the Fool is numbered 0, and so it could go anywhere, but I think it may be best to leave the Fool unnumbered. But again, it depends on, like I said, it's for a whole nother video. You can talk like for like a few hours as to like the number association with the Fool and its placement in the tarot. So here we go into the next cards. Now the numbers do continue at the bottom here. It's a, you know, 23, and then it continues on to the next card, 24, with, you know, the Queen, and that kind of, it's a little bit annoying because it does seem to restrict a number value to the quartz, which, you know, and to the other, you know, to the other minor cards. It kind of seems to be like, oh, this is also this, but some people don't organize their cards like this. I actually kind of like to keep my quartz a little bit separate, and not even like, you know, even, you know, or count them as 1, 2, 3, and 4. You know, I don't know. It's working on some stuff there. So yeah. But anyways, also wanted to point out real quick with this Page of Wands. Yeah, with Humpty Dumpty on the wall. Just because, you know, the egg with the face on it really does bother me, but truth, like, here's the real tea. That rhyme, that nursery rhyme, actually doesn't say that Humpty Dumpty was an egg. So, you know, so which kind of makes me think like, okay, then who started that, you know? But anyways, here we have the Ten of Wands, which actually I remember when I was flipping through this before, I think I mentioned it. Well, anyways, the Ten of Wands, the wands as trees are like, are something about waiting, like the wands and waiting, or this energy and waiting, or something like that. Let me quickly check in it. Let me see. Let me see where. Here we go. Trees as wands. Wands in waiting. Yeah, that's right. That's what it was. Yeah, I do like that. And so you see that again with the Nine of Wands. We see this kind of like she's holed up and either protecting herself or she's held prisoner, perhaps. Who knows? It depends on the context here. But she sees that an archer is coming, or a hunter is coming to help her. Or will he even notice? You know, will this path continue past? I don't know. Anyways, no, I need to just show the cards and move on. Here we have the Eight of Wands here with the lemniscate. There's a lot of lemniscates, throughout this, which sometimes is detrimental to reading the cards, when it comes to tarot. It's a little bit like Lenormand. The Lenormand reading kind of comes into play style. I say when you see a card like this, you see the infinity sign, your brain immediately goes to the Two of Pentacles. If you've like studied Rider-Waite-Smith, you see that lemniscate with the pentacles in there, you're gonna think of that, and that's gonna come into play in the coin suit, the cups, I think. Yeah, and it's a little bit confusing, but again, moving on. Here we have the Seven of Wands. Whoa. Then we have, so here we have, the blue and the red making with the purple, or which is the bottle colors there. So, like I said, it's a little weird to, have the bottles on the back when it's be like, okay, I can already, like blue and red. I'm sure, right? Right? I need to double check that. And here's like green at the top, and what is it? Orange on the bottom, or yellow on the bottom. Anyways, here we have victory. Traditional. We get it. Here we have the Five of Wands. Interesting, very different Five of Wands. There's not so much of a conflict here. It seems to be like a ceremony, being performed here to connect to a higher being. Perhaps this kind of looks like Nuit, to me, or Nut, from Egyptian mythology, goddess of the stars, I think. Anyways, here we have the Four of Wands. Okay, we see like people looking, but they're in the water. Or are they being reflected in the water? I don't know. We have the square, cube of space perhaps. And this dolphin. Is the dolphin like... I feel like when I saw this card, I think the dolphin's like in like a circus act and is like performing for these people watching. And then that reminds me of SeaWorld, and then that gets into a whole lot of other stuff. Here we have the Three of Wands. Yeah. Venusian with the dove, 3 relating to the Empress. I can see it. Yeah. Here we have the Two of Wands. Pink and purple. Very pink and purple. But there is a large spectrum of colors, and there's a lot of colors, which I do like about this deck, is that there's a lot, like very, very colorful. So yeah, here we have the Ace of Wands. I think it's a rose, because those leaves are rose bush leaves. So yeah, but the bud looks like it kind of wants me to say it's a lotus, but I know that roses also bloom like that. Maybe it's because it's a point. I don't know. I don't want to get into that right now. Let's move on. Here we have the King of Cups. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I do like the quartz. I will say that I like the quartz, but it does, that there's only, it bothers me a little bit that there's only astrological correspondences to very few random court cards. Like Queen of Cups is associated with Cancer, and I don't see any Cancer here, but again, you can apply that to yourself, yourself onto that. You don't need a visual glyph of Cancer or anything like that. So yeah, and we have Pisces again on the page, But again, I do like this page. I do like how it doesn't restrict the colors of the elements to the quartz. So it's like the quartz, you see like how obviously, yeah, there's very aquatic colors, very blues and all that. But then like the night comes in and brings in some orange, and here it's very red orange with some blue and green here with the page. I like variations. Okay, the quartz don't have to stay with the suit colors, Anyways, here we have the Ten of Cups, which again, it's a little pet peeve of mine when they show multiple generations instead of like immediate family with the Ten of Cups, where the Ten of Cups, it's like mom, dad, children, where here you see grandparents, parents, friends, and then children. You see a large, you see a house rather than the immediate family. Which is a house term still used these days? I don't know. Anyways, here we have the Nine of Cups. Very yellow. Very yellow. Here we have the Eight of Cups. Alright. Climbing up the mountain. The 7. The 6. Okay, yeah, I see it. I get it. The kids with the balloons, it's, do kids even like balloons these days? Give them an iPhone. Just kidding. Give them an iPhone. No. Stupid. Here we have the Five of Cups. it's, you know, a much more positive approach to the Five of Cups, which I do like to see, you know, a little bit of a negative association to it, you know, where the Five of Cups looks, again, just like another version of the Eight of Cups, or maybe even the Six of Swords, and it's like, okay, how many travel cards do we need? You know, I think the Seven of Cups also has that path going on here, yeah. Seven of Cups also has that travel journey, but I think it's more of like a card of protection, and, you know, it's offering like a lamp to help light your way, and, you know, where, you know, but again, traveling, journeying, it's always, you know, that's a big thing apparently with this deck, with these cards, I guess. Here we have the Three of Cups, the Two, okay, love, we get it. Here we have the Ace of Cups. Okay, so this is very interesting. So the Ace of Cups has, I want to say he's I think he's an Ascended Master, which they do integrate into the swords, but I guess he's also in this one. Let me see. Yeah, Ascended Masters, yeah. So they kind of, so do they put the aces with the next suit? Right? No, they don't, do they? No, they don't. But this, I think they make an exception and they put the Ace of Cups with the Ascended Masters. El Moria, right? Who is El Moria? The Master El Moria radiates light with the dove of the Holy Spirit descending through his crown chakra. His open hands suggest availability. The face manifests through a mandorla, as seen in the Vesica Piscis, Chalice Well, also in the World card, actually. This shape has best been known as the vagina of the goddess, or later as the fish of Christ, opening through which matter and spirit are born. Okay, yeah. I would like some information on the Ascended Masters, but I'm not familiar with them. But again, I guess, like I said before, it's not a beginner deck, so I guess I'll just, you know, take it as it is and just read it as I usually would, I guess. Here I have the King of Swords, Kuthumi. I think that's how you pronounce him. I don't know who he is. I wish they did show, because I do know that some of these Ascended Masters have a story behind them. I wish they did apply that to this, but again, I don't know, because then I'd form my own associations and it'd be like, that's kind of wrong. But again, anyways, here we have Lady Nada. Lady Nothing. That's what she is. I'm just kidding. No. How dare they disrespect the Queen of Swords. Hilarion, right? Hilarion. I'll say it in Spanish. Hilarion. Serapis Bey. Now this one kind of like, I'm like, okay, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Is he Egyptian? What's going on here? Is he Asian? Is he Egyptian? Like what? Serapis Bey sounds to me a bit Egyptian. Am I wrong? Also the crown is very Egyptian, but then the face is very white. We're gonna move on. Here, someone explain to me. Maybe she'll, because I know it's a mask. I know it's a mask that he's holding, right? It's supposed to be, right? Hold on. I can't leave this. I can't leave this. I'm not gonna drop this. We're gonna talk about this. Okay, it's Turkish. Still. Serapis, serpent. Okay, yeah. With all that suggests. Name given to priests, worn by pharaohs, Kundalini energy and its power to of connection and transformation, splitting out the old skin to become new again. Ancient symbol of wisdom, evolutionary process, the way to nirvana, the Buddhist teaching melded with the Egyptian imagery, the mask, a ceremonial beard. Oh, it's a beard. Oh, okay, yeah, and it is a mask. Okay. Non-attachment. Tears to pearls. Clear light holds all the colors of chakras and flows like a fountain from the crown chakra. The hand makes a gesture of absolution. Let's see, the mask. Detachment, passive attitude, seeing events as mere illusion. Okay. Okay, yeah. I get it now, but still. You're getting a lot of cultures here, and that face is really white. And the skin itself is also really, like, well, tan. Whatever. I just want, at first, until I noticed that it was a mask, when I first flipped through, I'm like, very white. Which in general, yeah, like look at that. Christ, they made him white. Then we have Saint Germain. Again, it's a very white, very thin, you know, suffers the same criticism as that of the Lumina Tarot. Which, yeah, again, the world isn't all white. And especially with all these Ascended Masters that are from different, from what I see, very different cultures and all that. So, you know, should be, you know, displayed differently. But again, I'm not familiar with them. You know, here you have Asian. They look Asian. Okay, they haven't been whitewashed. That's good. Good. Here, obviously, yeah, but they are very, they are on the lighter skin spectrum. But again, I'm not saying like they're supposed to be darker. Let's stop digging a hole, Zach. But then again, you know, yeah. Anyways, here we have Joalcul. I think that's how you pronounce that. And Hilarion. Okay, yeah. And then we have Joalcul again. So it seems that, you know, the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Swords combine together in this Two of Swords in a way, which I might look into off camera here, as we've already spent quite a bit of time talking about these cards here. Here we have the King of Pentacles. Yeah, I do like how he has this dish of, what are they? What is it, like supposed to be jewels and gold? Little bits of jewels or something? Or it could be rice. Who knows? But he has the world in his hand. You know, yeah, okay. The crystals and that, yeah. Again, like I said, it's very new agey. And then here, again, crystals in a dish. A very pink Knight of Pentacles. I like it. Here we have the Page of Pentacles. Okay. Here I have the 10 of Pentacles. Is it Pentacles or is it discs? I'm pretty sure they go Pentacles. Pentacles, yeah. Here we have the 9. Very yellow, very bright. It's lighting up the room. Okay, there we go. 8. The 8, here we go, with the blooming lotus. Again, it's a very different, again, here is one, like 7 of Pentacles. Probably my least favorite cards because of my least favorite card. Probably the only card I don't like, because I hate clowns. I hate clowns! I don't know who popularized clowns. No one likes them. It's a shame that, you know, those people that, you know, again, clowns are a dying breed. Let's just say that right now. They're going out of business. No one likes them, and they're creepy and they're unsettling, and yeah. Anyways, if you like clowns, I'm distrusting of you. Here we have the 6 of Pentacles, the butterfly. Okay, the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah. 4. Okay. The 3, Salt, Sulfur, and Mercury. Salt, Sulfur, Mercury. There you go, with the sun and the moon. Very alchemical representation here. And we have love coming through. Oh. Here's the card that I was talking about. 2 of Pentacles. Looks like a 2 of Pentacles, but then you have like this cup here. What are we doing here? Is it the 2 of Cups? You see, when I mentioned it before, I thought, oh, it's the 2 of Cups. Then I noticed that it's the Pentacle at the bottom, and then I noticed that it's this. I'm like, okay, what are we doing here? We need some clear established things here, which I'm sure they depicted it for a reason, but again, it takes time, and it could be confusing to people. Anyways, here's the Ace of Pentacles, like it was confusing to me. Moving on, Ace of Pentacles, which is the 78th card. Ace of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and, you know, anyways, those cards are very interesting as a beginning and an end and a beginning. But moving on, now we go into the return cards of the Major's return. So, yeah, here we have the Magician as a Caduceus. Yeah, okay. Here we have the High Priestess as the Tree of Life. Then we have the Empress. Okay. Then we have the Emperor. I like this Emperor, and I was tempted to kind of keep it in as, you know, a replacement to the Emperor, the traditional Emperor, because I like the tiger. What can I say? It's in brand. Here we have the Hierophant. Yeah, okay, very orange. It reminds me of those popsicles, you know, those popsicles with the orange and the yellow and the green and the blue, you know. Anyways, Here we have the Lovers. Very red, pinkish rosiness. Here we have the Chariot, and look, he's finally going off on finally leaving this material plane. What's very interesting is you see the sphinxes still here on either side of the Chariot. Here we have Justice, Balance. Okay. Here we have the Hermit, looking within himself and looking at himself. Recognition, I guess. Very different from the Hermit that we usually see. But again, these are the return. These are supposed to be different. Anyways. The Wheel of Fortune. Here we have Strength. Okay, it's just a woman, just standing there where she... Very interesting. I think it's more of like an emblematic strength. She displays her strength outwardly. Here it's like through symbols, but, people like, know how to hold themselves and keep themselves up to show that, like, with confidence that, that they have this power to them. They have an aura of power. Anyways, that was an interesting depiction, now that I started talking about it. Moving on, though. Here we have the Hanged Man. A circus act, which is very interesting. It's kind of like making me think, like, okay, is he standing? And looking at it, I'm like, wait, is he standing or is he hanging? But then, like, you see how his foot is. He's standing on a line. He's standing. But for a split second, I kind of wanted to make him go upside down for some reason. Maybe because of all the tarot, looking at all those different tarot decks, the Hanged Man as he is like that. And I just naturally be like, okay, he's upside down. Why is he upside down? Anyways, that's the Hanged Man right there for you. Here we have Death. Very interesting Death. Very softer, much more gentler of a death, of a death card. It's much, it's positive, it's light. It's, death is supposed to be like a cutting off and an end to start a beginning. Anyways, enough of that. Again, here we have Temperance. If you need light and gentleness, you go to a deck like this. You use what you need. Here we have the Tower. Wait, does the Devil start with the Archangels? No, Tower starts with the Archangel, and here we have the Archangel Michael. Because you have the Grail on the shield. I'm sure, again, the guidebook probably breaks down the symbols in that card. Here we have the Stars return, the Archangel Gabriel. Okay. Again, with the Archangels, I'm not a big fan of the human with wings on their backs type of angels like this, The Moon, here we have the Sun, which, and, I can tolerate them, but, I'd much rather prefer something like from the Mariel Tarot, or the Angelarium, or the Quarea Oracle. Those depictions of angels, they're otherworldly, they're powerful beings, they're not made like, to look like us, the universe here, which, who is this? Zadkiel, and who is Judgment is Sandalphon, the sun is Uriel, here we have, and then we just go into our archangels that are separate, and it says here in the back that she does have the 72 angels of the Kabbalah illustrated. That is a separate deck that she has. I'm not sure if she uses these angels or she drew new angel cards for that. I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it. I should look that up, or I'm sure there might be a walkthrough on YouTube somewhere. Anyways, here we have Jophiel, which that's an angel I've never heard of. Samael. Okay. Yeah, I do like the multiple wings, I do like to see that in an angel deck, with angels, Haniel. Okay, very beautiful. I do think this is very beautiful. I think they're very beautiful, okay? I will admit that. But not the type of angels I like. Let's see. What is this? Shamael? Kamael? I'm not sure how to pronounce that CH1 there. Sometimes it's like, oh, the H is silent, and you don't do it a ch. It's a k. And I'm like, what are we doing? Anyways, Azriel for 105. Okay. Here we have Ratziel. Huh, very interesting. Is that a T? I think that's supposed to be a T, or is it a C? What's up with these fonts that people be using for their cards? Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Let's see. Azrael. Raziel. Yeah, it's with a T. Here we have Zafkiel. Okay, very blue. Jeremiel. Okay, with a thread. Here we have Zachariel. And we see an Egyptian symbol there. There's a design going on there. Here we have the Archangel Metatron. I don't know why I misnumbered that. I was flipping through this so fast that I put Metatron instead of at 100 where he belongs. I put him after one, but before 110. What's numbers? There we go. Here we go. Metatron right there. This deck is a mess. Ambriel. Okay, with the mask. Danielle. Alright. Israfel. And we have Cassiel. And Raguel. And the last one has two, Kemiel and Ariel. So, yeah. Now, how will I use this deck? How am I going to be able to use this deck? First of all, I'm taking these cards out. You're going to stay over there. I'm going to take out the extra fool card, which I think where did I put that extra fool? Did I put it with those majors? I'm not sure. Where is it? Where are you? Here it is, yeah. I'm going to take out the extra fool. Let's just keep it to 78, okay? Keep it at 78. Okay? Alright, so let's see. Let us see. You see, like that, it shuffles okay. It does a good shuffle like that. And that right there, I was shuffling them upside down. Let me shuffle them with the backs facing up. Chunky shuffle. I am going to have to shuffle them right side up. Right side up, that's not the right term. With the card faces up. Yeah, that's a much more grippier shuffle for me. They are really large cards. It is very thick cardstock. The lamination is like a matte, smooth, almost like there isn't a lamination almost, but it's I don't know. I have to see how it holds up. You know, some decks that have a lamination sort of like along these lines turn out to be very poor choices in terms of like how well protected the cards are. Like my Tabula Mundi unfortunately has started getting scratches, white scratches on the front of the cards, and that really, you know, bummed me out because it's such a beautiful deck, and I think, you know, it should have a good cardstock that's going to protect it and keep it safe and, you know, that it be usable for a long time. And again, like I said, you're paying quite a pretty penny for these decks, and so you kind of want to make sure you get your money's worth out of it, and you're able to use it for many years to come, you know. Because, you know, if you read tarot for clientele and all that, and you sell your readings, you know, tarot decks are an investment, and they, you know, if you plan on using them for your clients, you know. And so to get them, you know, you want to get your money's worth. Anyways, that's a whole nother thing that goes off, that goes on and on and on a whole nother topic. As always, I always like go off on tangents. That's why the subtitle of my channel should be called Anyways. Anyways, shuffles nicely. Let's see how this looks in a spread. Okay, let me pause and I'll zoom out real quick. All right, so I drew 4 cards. This isn't a Jahari window spread. This is something I'm going to try and introduce to my tarot walkthroughs. These are 4 questions that Rachel Pollack designed in her book Tarot Wisdom. I wonder if she also used it in Forest of Souls book. I need to get that book. It's out of print, but hopefully I can get my hands on it. So these questions are Tarot Wisdom type of questions, so they're very different. So the questions that are asked here are, what is the soul of tarot? What does it express openly? What is the soul of tarot? What does it express openly? What mystery does it contain? And what gift does tarot give us? So yeah, so so this is a very different it seems to be doing its own thing. So let's see. So to answer the question of, you know, so let's look at the guidebook here first, because again, I feel like I need to sit down and work with it and study it by itself. But I'm not right now. I'm working on the nap haul actually. So let me see. I feel like I'm... Okay, here we go. Lots of earth here, and then one sword. So, anyways. So, 3 of Pentacles. 2, 3. Here we go. So what is the soul of tarot? Unconditional love flows from above into the alchemical funnel where it manifests the pentacles with the symbols of the 3 ingredients. Okay, so I think it's saying that the soul of tarot is alchemical transformation. So yeah, or the soul of tarot is an alchemical balance that brings material success. A lot of materialistic things, if you want to view it that way. Finding the right balance, and ingredients to create gold. Okay, yeah, tarot is, you can associate tarot to a lot of to the alchemical process. That's something that I'm kind of looking into at the moment, but I'm not fully familiar with it yet. Doing the right thing, that's an interesting thing right there with the 3 of Pentacles there. Interesting. That's all I can say. 2 of Swords right here with the what does it express openly? Your talent and expertise is a pointer to the way which you can best contribute. What? If we each utilize our gifts for the good of all, then all needs can be met. Okay. The 2 green masters come together, each beloved and admired in their example and leadership to humanity. Sometimes they may seem to create dilemma between following your own way, truth and light, and the call of consciousness to alleviate the suffering of the world. Thus the crossed swords, the sweet cherry blossoms promise an answer fulfilling all our needs, personal and collective, while the spiral leads us to our evolutionary path home. Green issues ultimately serve us all, the planet, quality and life, and safeguarding our legacy to coming generations. The green masters comfort you with this challenge. So what does it express openly? Okay. Working together for not only the self, but also the collective, I guess is what it's saying there. Oh, you can hear my family's, or my dad, I think, is probably back. My dad, he always comes in to interrupt these walkthroughs. Nah, he doesn't. Let's see. So yeah, what mystery does it contain? I think you can say here it contains the mystery of success. I guess that could be the alchemical gold that we're looking for. The 6 of Pentacles, Tifereth, you can think of solar gold, the sun, pentacles, material. Anyways, generosity, opening the psyche, philosophical breakthrough, appreciation of beauty. Look at that. And the last one, what gift does the tarot give us? Years of work calling upon all our talents and resources is now complete. By sharing what you have created and discovering your own journey, you may feel vulnerable, but here is great satisfaction. Purification by living in the moment. Financial rewards could be yours at last. Bring a sweeter lifestyle. So it is kind of like the pentacles are kind of leaning more towards the material aspect, but there should be a take on the spiritual and the spiritual aspect of the pentacle suit. But it is very materialistic here when asking these questions. But anyways, this is something that I want to try out more and more with these walkthroughs. Something I'm going to try integrating more. I didn't do that with my with the Luminous Void, but who cares? I'm just kidding. No. So yeah, I'll start to do more and more of them. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think of this deck. Is it worth the money? To me, for just the deck, I'm not sure. I don't think so. I don't personally think so. And I spent that money on this deck. The guidebook definitely is very overpriced to me, but again, it is what it is. And there's pros and cons to it. I think the problem is that this right here, the cutting, the miscut, the uneven cuts here is what's really really you're charging me this much for this, and that's the only criticism that I have of it, and also, again, but people have to make money. I get it. But again, you're charging people for something that is subpar quality. Am I going to pay $100 for a deck like this? Or am I going to pay $40 for, well, let's look at, another deck or can I pay when this first came out, this was $38 here, $40 for this? It's up to you. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye. Okay, I forgot one last thing to mention. Obviously, something that I find I always find a pet peeve of myself. Not for people, me not doing and also others not doing. And that's size comparison. Traditional tarot size. Or a Soma. There you go. Much wider, much taller. And that's that on that. Okay. And there you go. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. For real this time. Goodbye. I was like already getting relaxed. I was like, oh, that was a long video. Whatever. Alright, for real now. Bye.